Alright, so to begin, we're going to be downloading Unity from unity.com/download. So the first thing we need to download is actually Unity Hub. So if you're using Windows like I am, you just click on this particular link and it should start your download right here. And once downloaded, just run the installer and pretty much agree to everything. This should be pretty quick of a setup. And let's go ahead and run Unity Hub. So once you get this thing running, it actually asks you to sign in. If you don't have an account, just go ahead and create an account. So I'll just go ahead and log in. Okay, so once you log in, just go ahead and open Unity Hub, and this should let you sign in to your account. So got it. And this is actually telling us we need to install the Unity editor, which is actually why we're here. So let's see, install Unity editor, agree to the personal license. That's okay. What's not happening here? Okay, so let's skip this for now, and let's just cancel this for now. And let's go to install editor. This one is gonna be 2021.3.9 F1. That's perfectly okay. Okay, good. This is what I was looking for. So we need to install Microsoft Visual Studio 2019, which is a gig and 1.27 gigabytes, and this, and this. So we need the Android build support for building Android apps. But if you're using a Mac, if you're building for iOS, ideally you want to go ahead and check this, but we're not going to be using iOS, so we're just going to need to install this. So once you have that checked, just go ahead and click continue, and download everything will actually just get downloaded for you. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so the Unity Hub, or we install first. Now this is where you manage your project, manage your Unity installs. So if you need to install, let's say, a previous long-term support Unity build, this is actually where you actually get to install them. You also get to learn from here. So let's try that again. Come on. So you get to learn from here as well. So you can actually download, or, well, I have nothing downloaded as of yet, but you can actually get to learn the various things that Unity has via the Learn tab. Community, where you have your forums and all that kind of stuff. So Unity, the hub ideally is a place to manage your projects and your build, Unity install builds. So under project, we're gonna come and create a new project. So a new project from here. It's gonna be a 3D URP. So right now I actually have the core downloaded, but if you don't, you can actually just go ahead and click on the download, and then click on the download template over here. So for, let's say, AR, you can come over here, download template, and then it's going to install the recommended packages and all that kind of stuff that's needed for you. But in our case, actually what we need is just the regular 3D URP core, because we're going to be using Vuforia, and that's perfectly okay. And we're going to need the project location. So in this case, we're going to be going to where we actually created our intro to augmented reality folder. And then this is going to be a particular folder, and then we're going to call it intro to AR, and then create project. And that's going to boot up Unity 2021, and pretty much let's just wait for it to load. Okay, so for the first install, or I think for the first run that you get to do for Unity, just make sure your internet is on, so that way it installs whatever packages are needed. In this particular case, it brought up an error for the BAS compiler, something missing. So I turned on the internet and just let it run, and it actually downloaded everything. So as of right now, it's been 5 minutes before Unity started. So just make sure you have the internet connected once you start the very first project, I guess. So that way it downloads whatever it needs for the Unity build or for the Unity editor. Okay, so here I have two files. One is a BAT file and the other one is a Python file. But currently we don't have Python installed. So if I was to bring up the command prompt and type in Python, we have nothing installed. So as of right now, it'll actually take us to the Microsoft Store to download Python 3.10, which we can actually do that from here, or we can go to Google and type in Python download, right? Oops, misspelled that. But should give us our results. So here, and download Python 3.10.7. So go ahead and click that. After downloading, you just need to install it. So we're gonna go ahead and make sure you add custom 3.10 path to you check this. You can do a custom installation. You don't need this, or you wouldn't need it anyway. I don't install those, but you might just leave them on if you find them necessary. Next, precompile, that's okay. Install for all users, it's only me. And in this particular case, I want to put it in a particular folder in this PC under SSD, Python 3.10, and okay, and install. Alright, and once it's done, we can just go ahead and close this, and let's go ahead and try this again. So if you still have the same window open that you had open earlier, if you use the up button on the keyboard, that should bring your previous command up, and then if you press enter, this time around, oops, still didn't register. Let's try that again. Bring up a new command prompt and type in Python, and bam, we have it installed. So we have system-wide Python running as of right now. So the reason for installing Python is so that we can run a script that enables us to how do I say this, to be like, say if I want to open up the script, the idea is to be able to create a Unity project or a particular project which is consistent every single time. So in this particular case, if you actually look at this, it opens the current directory where you are, and it asks you to type a name for what the project is going to be. And if the project exists, it says like, oh, you cannot do that because the project already exists. But if it's not ready or it's not existent, it actually goes and create a new project. And in this particular case, we create a Photoshop folder. If you need any more folders, let's say you want to have Maya or 3ds Max or whatever folder, you can just copy this. So you just Control C, Control V, and then change this from Photoshop to, let's say, Maya. And then let's say you have another project, I don't know, maybe Painter. We can add Painter to that one. Whatever other folders you need. So let's say you have ZBrush as well. Let's go ahead and add ZBrush, and then save the file. So make sure you save the file. Now all of these folders actually get created for you on each particular project when you begin a new project. And then this assets folder will get created, and then inside the assets folder, what this means, it'll actually create a geometry folder inside of it, of the assets folder, and then a scenes folder, materials folder, and this will be what we copy to our Unity project once we create the new project. All right, so let's go ahead and close this, and go ahead and you just need to click on the start new project, the one with the spaces on it, because that's a Windows batch file. The other one is a Python source file. So just go ahead and click new project file, or start new project anyway, and then we're gonna call this intro to augmented reality, and enter, and to continue. And now we have our folder here, and now it has all the various folders that we had, and then the assets folder. Inside of the assets folder, what we have are the various folders that we're going to need inside of Unity. So once we create our Unity project and place it here, all we need to do is just copy this assets folder to there, and all our folders actually be created every single time. So this is just an example. I think I'll just leave the name as is, and then we'll just use that as for this particular project that we are going to be working on.